So this is one of those weird occurrences in which I don't necessarily think it's totally me stirring the pot this time, okay? This is all Trey Young. I'm sorry. I'm just going based off of the body language and based off a lot of different things that we've heard over the course of the last 2 months.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Man, oh man, here comes Trey Young talking once again. He's just answering a question, okay? Just a simple, harmless question here. And it's which just talking about trades, right? You know, it's a lot of rumors about you being traded, Trey Young. What do you have to say about that? So first and foremost, let me just start by saying this, okay? I would never base something off of just one clip, okay? I wouldn't just see one clip, one small instance of a player seemingly wanting to get out of their situation or seemingly giving praise to another team and automatically assume you want to go to that team. I would never do that. No. But this right here is a little different. I feel like this has been an amalgamation of different things that Trey Young has said, different things that he has done over the course of this season, in which, I'm sorry, it's just too many things stacking up and feeding into the idea that Trey Young could potentially want to come to San Antonio. Not only do you have his dad liking posts left and right when it pertains to the San Antonio Spurs, we all know that he grew up a Spurs fan. Yeah, everyone knows that, okay? But you have Trey Young commenting on Instagram posts saying, oh, that was an easy lob for Wemby. You have him going on a podcast in which every NBA player, every celebrity knows what questions they're going to get beforehand. I mean, that's like part of HR. Like, they make sure, the PR, sorry, I said HR, PR, they make sure that you know what questions are going to be thrown your way. And it was like 4 or 5 questions about Wemby. So he knew what he was going into and he answered them beautifully. And then once again, now we have like little things, you know, I won't take this one. This is a grain of salt right here. But we have Trey Young and Wembanyama chucking it up, all right, having a good time together. But I wouldn't take anything from this, okay? Everybody was having a good time. This is nothing. But you could definitely tell, at least when the camera was on those two, that it was a little bit of, yeah, we heard the rumors. Like, it was kind of strange. I don't know. It was a little it gave those vibes of when you're talking to that girl that you have a crush on in high school. Okay, you're just a little giddy. You're just a little giddy. That's what I got from that. But this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. There's a few key things in here. Look at Rachel Nichols. A few key things in here in which I'm kind of reading between the lines. Okay, I'm sorry. You might say I'm stirring the pot, but he's been stirring the pot this entire time. Let's listen to what he has to say when it comes to trade rumors. I'm gonna have to turn this up because you can barely hear the guy when he talks. All right, here we go.
Wondering what's your reaction
Or lady, sorry.
to seeing stuff like that about you and
She said, what's your reaction to seeing things like that about you, about the trades? So, trade rumors.
It's part of it. I mean, the best players in the game have all been traded. I mean, some of the few lucky ones have been blessed to be drafted in situations where they can win championships and it all be perfect for them. They can stay in that one situation forever, and that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do with Atlanta.
Sorry,
sorry. That's what I wanted to do. That's forever. And
Sorry.
That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted
Complete
to do.
accident, guys.
But who knows? It's a type of league where things change and it happens. But obviously, my mindset is staying in Atlanta right now, and I don't get caught up in all the rumors and stuff. My contract is locked in for a couple of years, so I don't have very much say in it right now.
I don't have much say in it right now. Right now, I'm focused on Atlanta. You know, this is what I wanted before we became mid. Look, you can read between, like, he's being a professional. People can sit here and they can listen to this and say, hey, you're just looking too far into it. Like I said, this is an amalgamation of many different things, and you can just kind of tell from his body language, he is being not even just his body language, but just some of the verbiage that he's using. He is being professional while still giving you a little bit of hints here and there, okay? But I think what was the most telling was when he went on that podcast. I'm sorry. He got like 5 or 6 Wemby questions, knew they were coming his way. He knew the rumors that were already going and surrounded around him coming to San Antonio, and he still elected to do that. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for having my hopes up that the San Antonio Spurs could potentially get Trey Young. And not only that, we also have our boy Ty Yeager basically giving us a little hint like, oh, I heard some things. You know, we know he has sources, so he's heard some things. I'll be honest, I never bring this up because I am just someone who doesn't care about bringing this type of stuff up, but I have heard things as well that I think is pretty credible, that maybe I think at the very least the San Antonio Spurs are going to see if they can get Trey Young. I really do believe that, based on all of the evidence we have thus far, based on all of the reports we have thus far, and little birdies in the ear. Okay, I just really do believe it. Now, with that being said, I know a lot of people have brought up what would it take to get Trey Young, and I've been very adamant about this. You're going to have to give them their picks back. I saw quite a few Spurs fans say, well, I don't want to give them the 2025. It's like, well, that would defeat the purpose of Atlanta. Okay, yes, they got fleeced by us, but they're not 100% stupid. Okay, it's not like they were like, okay, you keep the 2025. We're going to tank this year for you. That doesn't make any sense. They have a few options here, but their best possible option, if they want to just blow this thing up, is just go ahead and hand it over to the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, or get it from the San Antonio Spurs. I'm sorry, and blow that thing up. So I don't really see any other way that would be super beneficial. I mean, if they want, when you're rebuilding, if they decide, okay, we're going to fully rebuild, if you're doing that, guys, you got to have your own picks. Like, you want to be able to have your own picks. It makes it pretty difficult when you're sitting around waiting for another team to screw up. That makes it pretty tough. So I'm assuming that they will want their picks back. So we're going to have to give them the 2025. And then with that, we got so many other ones. I don't know if they will be interested in the Charlotte one. I would give that away in a heartbeat, because I don't even know if Charlotte's going to convey next year. That'll probably end up being second round picks. I have no clue. Another option as well that came across my mind, and we talked about this on live stream not that long ago. You can also give them your top pick, okay, this season, because we all run, especially if Toronto's stands and we get that like 7th overall pick for Toronto, I would very much so be comfortable giving them that top 3, top 4 pick. And the reason being is because the skill gap in this 2024 draft isn't as insane as it was, a few years prior, especially with the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Like, it's not this huge of a gap. Like, for instance, pick number 6, go, and you can go do this. You can test it out for yourself. Go look at mock drafts. Like, no one agrees on anything. It's absolutely insane how players are all over the place. It's because there's so much talent, or the talent gaps aren't that wide. So you could have a guy that could have very well, with just a little bit of luck, went 4, 5, and he ends up going 7. So I'm not really worried about it. And you guys already know I have a bias towards one in Modest Buzelis right now. So man, I think he could very well land at 7. I mean, he's really getting his stroke going now, so I don't know, but I'm hoping he could land at 7. And if that's the case, if they want our top 3 pick in 2024, I'm cool with it. And not only that, I don't think you're fast tracking to a championship or anything like that, or skipping any steps. I think that you would just get another superstar point guard, a position that we need, where you could still fill in that small forward position that we desperately need. And then you still have picks for the future, right? So I'm thinking it's going to take at least 4 or 5 first round picks, but that's the point of the Spurs doing what they did, right? Getting all these second round picks, getting all these first round picks. So maybe potentially you can make a move like this that is franchise altering, and go towards the future, and we're still rebuilding, right? I mean, Trey Young doesn't come to this team and we're all of a sudden a championship team. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that, but I do think that it would give us one step closer to our goal. And the Spurs can't lose in this situation. We can go after Trey Young, or we can do absolutely nothing. I saw some people say, well, Clan, that's the wrong option. You don't want to just do nothing. It was like, you got to make some moves. We had already made the move, and that was the fleece. And if the Atlanta Hawks just fail and they're trash coming this next season, we still win. We did the move. It doesn't matter what Brian Wright does, really, in my opinion. At this point, we just have to pick the right players in the draft. But if we go after Trey Young, I'm cool with that too. Because it's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. It would literally be trading away DeJounte Murray and one or two of our picks for Trey Young. I would take that any day of the week, and especially if the San Antonio Spurs could hold on to Devin Vassell and Sohan, that's a W. I don't know if the Atlanta Hawks are going to go for it. They're probably going to ask for Sohan, probably ask for Fasale, one of those two. But if we can hold on to them, that's a W, guys. We give them maybe Malachi, give them Keldon. They're rebuilding. They have control of their future once again, and they got a couple other picks in their belt. They might be okay with that. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. I think it really is going to come down to after this season, and Trey Young's mask will slip even more. I'm sorry. He's giving way too many hints. I know that he's being very professional, and surface level, this looks like it's nothing, but it's too much. It's too much evidence. Going towards the fact that he potentially wants to go to San Antonio. And we already know that his camp came out openly and said that he would want to play with Wemby. That's another thing that came out. I forgot to mention that. But anyways, I will get with you guys later, man. Good stuff. Makes me excited. Until next time. Bye.